Hey, what's up? My name is Dave, and as you know, I interpret everything. Today, I'm going to be interpreting Transformers 1, the latest film following the Transformers, and all-new animated film, this time starring Chris Hemsworth as Orion Pax, later known as Optimus Prime, and Brian Tyree Henry as D-16, later known as Megatron, in a double origin story taking place entirely on Cybertron, and it tells the story about how they ended up as the hero and the villain that we love today, taking them on a journey unveiling the hidden secrets of their world and who they can trust as their allies or enemies. Here's the deal. I'm struggling to find another film that I have ever really felt so bittersweet on and torn on. Certainly nothing that came out this year, and certainly none of the other Transformers films have given me such pause, because this is a film that, in my opinion, is filled to the brim with aspects that I surprisingly loved, alongside other moments that I kind of low-key hate. But before I break both of those things down, one of the main things that you should probably know is I didn't grow up with the Transformers TV series whatsoever. I didn't watch the original cartoon movie. I never watched any iteration of other animated series on Netflix or Paramount Plus, or wherever all these things are being streamed on. I didn't play with the toys, none of this. My introduction to the series completely and utterly began with the 2007 movie with Shia LaBeouf. So when I think about Transformers, I think live action. I mention this because I am 110% biased because of that. However, I did love aspects of this movie as well. So let's break down those positives first. First and foremost, the animation and the graphics of the film are really good. I have to keep reminding myself that it's not live action, so it's not supposed to be those kind of visuals. I sometimes want to trash the film for the way it looks because my bias prefers the live action stuff, which I look at as epic. Seriously, I had to shut up the part of my brain that kept shouting that the Transformers looked so much better almost 20 years ago in 2007. But for what the film is actually going for visually, it achieved it tenfold. It is crisp, it is vibrant, and it does a great job painting a picture of this entire world through world building and introducing concepts I've never really thought about with this franchise. Next, one of the best things about the film is something that I feel like everybody can probably agree with, and that is forget superhero fatigue. Transformers movie fatigue has been insane for several years. Yeah, the graphics may be top-notch all the time, but if the news of a new live-action Transformers film automatically causes you to sigh, then you know what I'm talking about. They're too much. Transformers 1 has none of that, which was actually really nice to see. It has a nice, concise pacing. The humor is honestly top-notch. The character development from each character, but primarily Optimus and Megatron, felt organic and natural. Another positive about the film is the musical score, which I don't often mention, but it definitely felt like Transformers music. What about the negatives, though? What are some of the things that I didn't care so much about? The biggest drawback for me is vocal talent. I'm not just gonna say Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime sucks. To me, that's obvious. You can't really beat Peter Cullen. But I'm often brought back to the days of the Scoob movie, where they replaced all of these voice actors with bigger, more known names, which is fine, but my problem actually comes down to the fact that voice actors shouldn't have to be known. They should simply just have the vocal talent to play a character like this. Obviously, nobody's going to be Peter Cullen, and Peter won't be able to do this voice for the rest of time, but I would hope replacing him would be like replacing Bugs Bunny or Kermit the Frog, where decades pass by and talent changes, but the new voices still embody that character. Character voice actors in particular, in my opinion, don't sound like normal people. Just talking into a microphone, they sound like their characters. Look at all of the characters in the Transformers movies. They were live action, but they sounded unique, mechanical even, like they're actually robotic characters. Just having Chris Hemsworth and Scarlett Johansson voice characters seems to me to be a cop-out. Hemsworth sometimes tries his hand at an Optimus Prime voice impression, but to me, it felt forced every single time, and even a little bit cringy at times. And even though it shouldn't be a negative, I really do prefer the look of the live-action movies. And I can't help but see the visuals as good, but nowhere near as perfect as I felt like 2007's visuals were. It's apples and oranges. It absolutely is, and I get that. But I still do have those preferences. I still do have that bias. Overall, I think that it's a far better movie as a whole than those busy Michael Bay films, especially in pacing, narrative, and in character development. I would say in some regards, the humor and the music is comparable. It's just the visuals are better with Michael Bay films. Take that as you will, because I'm going to be giving this film a letter grade of B+, meaning I consider it well put together as a whole and a pretty darn good action film that a more family-centered audience would probably appreciate. But what about you guys though? Are you a fan of Transformers 1? Do you prefer the look of these Transformers or those of the live-action series? Let me know in the comment section down below, and as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next review. And until then, peace out.
Thanks for watching my review. You see, I'm Dave interpreting it all, and that's just me. If you liked what you heard, hit like and subscribe. Come back for more. Catch the next vibe.